Why am I always like this? We should just start over. You muted. Your mic, Elaine. Oh my God. Thank y'all. I caught it in 49 seconds though. Are we proud of? I'm proud of me. I am proud of catching it so early. Hey odds. Okay. I'm going to try it again. Rewind. I know. We're there. We have, it'll be, y'all will be able to hear me in a second. We have normal latency on. So y'all have captions. So the captions should be working if you turn them on. I'm going to fly in from the bottom. Save. Hello. Yes, thank you guys. Thank you so much. So there is going to be a little bit of a lag, meaning from me talking to being able to respond to the comments, because YouTube does not let live captions go on something with low latency. So, hello. Okay, I'm going to read it and then I'll say hello to everyone. Ooh, floating comments. Yes. I don't feel the best. I just got back into Houston. My mom and I were out of town for trying to get some stuff situated, and I'm back. I did get an appointment. Forget it. We're not going to read the intro yet. I got an appointment for August to see the specialist. So that is when my insurance would recommend the person that I'm going to. And they only have an opening in August, so I'm hoping someone cancels and I can get in sooner. So, I'm grateful I have insurance. Sometimes listening to Jessie Lee Ward talk about how she was able to just pay her way in to see people early, I'm like, I feel a little bit jealous, you know? And, you know, it's just whatever. Hello. Hello. Oh no, Melissa, what's going on? What did I miss? Okay. Thank y'all for telling me I'm muted. Zombie Zebra Donkey, howdy. I love your profile picture. Okay, let me read this real quick. So Kate Sorensen is a momfluencer who has gained popularity for her posts on social media, sharing her experiences as a mother, beauty, and lifestyle influencer. However, in 2020, she was involved in a controversial incident with the police, and that has to do with the report. And I'm trying to look up some other things that she was involved in, but the one I'm going to be talking about is her making a claim that her children were involved in an attempted kidnapping, and then court recently has determined that was not the case, and the two people that she claimed did it were not responsible, and they are also a minority group, or they're part of a minority group, so it's additionally worse. So I found the original videos. They're not perfect, but I have about 12 minutes and 33 seconds. So I thought we could all look at this together and then read a few of the wrap-ups of what is going on. And I feel like I'm off my game because I haven't streamed in a couple days, but we're here. So I'm going to run my disclaimer. Where are my overlays? Oh wait, my scenes. Where? 2-minute countdown. No. Disclaimer? All right, we're back. Oh, y'all are nice in the chat. Hello. Hey, Harper. I feel like, can I message you on Insta? Who, me? Or someone else? I thought she was the 8-passenger lady. They're multiplying. This lady, here, let me put her picture on the screen. This is not 8 passengers. This is Motherhood Essentials. She's blocked. She's gone private back in 2020 when this happened. Her account blew up to like 86,000 followers, and now she's at 50 something. So also apologies for my lighting. When we went to like take care of stuff where my house is, I grabbed my stuff from home that I didn't want to leave in the house, and my lighting is askew. Johnny, hello. This is my first influencer type, except Brittany Dawn. I don't think Brittany Dawn counts. We have similar health struggles and it would be nice to connect. Sure. DM me. Hi, friends. Working on week 2 of bronchitis. I'm so ready for this to be gone. Jen, sending you good healing vibes. I'm sorry you're sick. Bronchitis is... Wait, what time is it? I'm not going to curse until 13 minutes. I'm going to put the cursey countdown timer for 6 minutes on so that we can let the people who don't want to hear me cuss enjoy the stream. I'm going to do 6 minutes. So if you are... Champy is under me. If you are new here, this is our cursey countdown timer. It means that I will not curse for 5 minutes and 50 seconds, so you can enjoy the stream for that long. Christina. Oh no. Christina, I do have Corinthian in your hat, and I'm sending it out Monday. Also, this little cloud for the top of my drink is the best. This is the best purchase I've ever made. Look how cute it is. Oh my god. I'm trying to say hello to everybody. I'm from Australia, and cancer runs in my family. I'm so grateful for free healthcare. I'm glad you have that, Lania. Canada is better than the UK from what I've heard, but when people get cancer so bad, they can go on state coverage and pay nothing. Yeah, agree. I don't know why these are all messed up on my page. I need to redo everything. Yes, Caspian, come here. He wants food. You want to see the people? Come here. Come here. I'll give you a treat. Come here. Come. Come here. Good boy. We got a show. Come here. I'll give you a piece. This is my boy Caspian. He is looking for food. He will be 10 years old this year. He's a nugget. I guess we're getting a pre-floof break. You see it? What do you see? You say hi? Say hi. You're not going to talk? You're not going to say anything? You hate it here? You don't hate it. You don't hate it. Hi. I didn't get to take him with me when I was out of town. You want a treat? You want a treat? Is that what you want? Okay, I'll give you a french fry. Okay. Whoa. Careful of your back. Here you go. All right, you got a french fry. He's the same age as Sean. No way, Tanya. That's awesome. Stage fright. Yes, definite stage fright. Let me get my earphones in. I know. I'm literally breaking all the streaming rules. I'm like, let's chat. How is everybody? Oh. Hi, Caspian at the screen like he can hear you. Oh, he is a big boy. Don't tell my cat Spike, who is sitting right here next to me. Cutest nugget ever. He is a big fan of cats. So if you have cats, what kind of floof is Caspian? He is an Alaskan Klekai. So he's about 18 pounds and he's small. And I know it's very delicate subject about adopt, don't shop. I don't have the bandwidth to have that discussion in this chat. I'm open to having it. He was returned. He was a return that we got. So not that makes it better, but we made the best informed decision that we could from someone who does not breed very often and she doesn't do it anymore. It's a long story. All of my parents' dogs are rescues. So that doesn't make my decision any better, but I know it's very controversial. He's a good boy. How is everyone? Well, I'm drinking gin, ready for this as I figure it will make me angry. Yes, 1 minute, 34 seconds. Do y'all need to know anything else about her? Her Instagram account is Motherhood Essentials. We're going to be watching 2 videos. The first one has, at the time that it was recorded, had 912,221 views and 1,788 comments. The next video that we're going to watch had like 400 or 500,000 views and 3,000 comments. Yes, you can. And you can adopt purebreds. Yep, absolutely. I believe in adopting and I believe in responsible breeders. Puppy mills can suck it. Absolutely. Oh my gosh, that's incredible. Yes, love for all the floofs. I'm a big floof fan. Okay. The replay of the chat should show up. I'm working on a different layout. I'm not going to put the comments on the screen because they should show up after the fact. I'm going to make sure I'm centered because I just complained on Nicole's stream. Why isn't that guy centered? Because it's hard. It's hard to stay centered. Okay. Shelby, howdy. You haven't missed any. Well, I'll tell you what you missed. I was muted for the first 48 seconds. Then, with the help of the chat, I caught myself. So then I was like, screw it. I'm not going to do the intro. We're going to say hello to everybody. Then I played the disclaimer. Then I read about Kate Sorensen. I just forgot her name. She is a Momfluencer who recently, she was charged with 3 things. The first 2 were, we're going to read it, but the first 2 charges were, she didn't get convicted of the first 2, but she did get convicted of the third one. So she might spend 6 months in jail. And this is an influencer. I say Momfluencer because her channel was Motherhood Essentials, or is Motherhood Essentials. And it's private. Yes. I cried my eyes out today the past few days because I was at my house because I'm staying with my parents now. Cursey Countdown is done. So if you have an issue, is this it?
If you have an issue with the cursey words, you may want to duck out or put headphones in because they may be happening when we listen to this video.
I have some stray cats I've been feeding, and I obviously cannot feed them when I'm not at my house. And the one I call Gray Boy, he's very skinny now. Even though he survived before I moved there, I just wish I didn't have to leave him. So I don't know what's the right thing to do is, but he's a stray cat. But he likes coming inside and drinking the inside water and eating food inside. I don't know if his original owner abandoned him, but he was very scared of people and he lets me pick him up and pet him now. I was doing my hair, so I was late. Thanks for updating me. No problem. I accidentally clicked over to Emily D. Baker's chat, but I'm back. Hey, it's all good. It's all good. Is she Mormon? She could be. I need to look it up. I just discovered her because of the article. Then I went and I looked at different people who had covered it. There's been some people who have covered her. Some people that I wouldn't recommend for my chat to go watch just because some of the comments that this creator makes are ad hominem, and I don't feel good about recommending my live chat to go over there, even though that person's a very big creator. So I watched that one. I watched another one, and I was like, I'll comment on it because it kind of, we get to see the beginning, we get to see the middle, and we get to see the end and the sentencing. I miss my floof. She is a shy poo, and I had to leave her with my ex because I was homeless when I left him. I'm sorry, Holly. My strays were basically all dropped off by a human. Jokes on them. The cats found our house. Yeah, I don't know if that's the right thing to do. The stray, the gray boy one, he gets beat up by the neighborhood cats because there's a feral cat problem in where I live in Texas. I'm not there right now because my parents are helping or letting me live with them, and he would come with like cuts on him, and I would go out to break up fights. And so I just gave him clean water and food and let him sleep in my garage. And I'm just sad that I can't take him with me. Sorry, I don't know why I'm crying about cats on the internet. Okay, let's begin. This is why I'm not growing on my YouTube. It's like too many tears and not enough content. All right, let's see. Display capture. I had to cut this. Yes. Sorry, this is not. God dang it. If you type in her name, you will see other big creators who have covered her. I don't want it to make it seem like I discovered anything. I did not. I'm just feeling like this is a safe way to start into the family vlogging space. And we're going to see. Oh, is this even on the right setting? Testing. Okay. I'm going to move the chat over here. I'm going to make it bigger so I can see everything. Yeah. Trigger and content warning. Talk of kidnapping. I think, and that's I think the content warning we need for this. If that is too difficult of a topic to listen to, please hop out. As always, my dog is chirping next to me. Champy, you can't eat all of these. So if you hear a little chirp, it's my dog, and it's just going to have to be what it is. I'm going to round out these corners and put a border on it. And I'm going to make it green. We'll make it one of the light green colors if the trees will stop moving. Well, I guess that's okay. That's a puke green color, so let's try again. Should I have done this before? Yes. This one? No. This one? No. Sorry. I can't undo this now. Oh, well, it's just going to be puke green. I'm sorry. And we're going to center it. It is centered horizontally, so we're good, I think. I'm going to lock this. I'm going to make sure I'm in the center. Make sure. Okay. Sorry. I should have done this before I went live. Yes, thank you. Make sure you're in live chat, not top chat. Thank you, Rebecca. Yep. Okay. Here we go. Play. Oh gosh, what happened? Oh, what in the world? Sorry, please hold. Apparently, I don't know how to stream anymore. Primary display. No, we want QuickTime. Oh my God. We're just going with nothing. For the love of God. Welcome to my channel. Subscribe for more technical difficulties. You're not going to want to miss out because you too can sit around for 22 minutes and watch a streamer struggle with everything. Oh my God, now there's two. God. Okay, we're back. Okay, we're centered. We're not going to create a tangent on the white window. Is this okay? All right, okay. Oh my God. Of course it's not going to work. Are you not going to work? Are you serious?
Feeling of just needing to get this information out there. So here we go. On Monday of this week, my children were the targets of attempted kidnap, which is such a weird thing to even vocalize, but it happened. And I want to share that story with you in an effort to raise awareness as to what signs to look for, and to just encourage parents to be more aware of their surroundings and what is going on around them. I think right now we are so distracted by everything that's going on in the world that we are kind of have our guards up so much about masks and wanting to keep our children safe that way that we're forgetting.
This happened during 2020, allegedly. I say allegedly because she has been caught lying about this. And she is going to make some comments about masking. And so I just want y'all to be prepared for it. That's all I can say. Okay, continue.
The most important way to keep them safe, and that is with us, and to not have them taken. So I'm going to share a story in an effort to raise that awareness, but I'm not ready. This is hard for me.
She's saying she's not ready
to share.
I had to scrape this because I couldn't find the original one. So I tried to take all of his voice out, but I obviously missed it. So that is from an account, the one I was telling you I wouldn't recommend, because this is the only one that I could find. So sorry about that.
The story, but I know it's important, and I would rather be uncomfortable and awkward and get the message out sooner than wait until I feel composed, because I don't know if I'll ever be composed talking about this. So here we go.
I'm not gonna judge someone not being composed. Can I just say this? She looks pretty composed to me. And I do realize Not everyone is as emotional as I am. I find it interesting that she's apologizing for being emotional when I don't see much emotion. Not that there's anything, I'm not trying to bring in any kind of body language. I'm just saying, like, I don't hear her voice breaking. I don't see, maybe, I mean, I don't know. Yeah. Yeah, and I just tried to grab it from the channel I could find it on when there wasn't much talking over it, and I didn't get all of his voice out. So, yes, that's why I don't recommend his channel. I know that it's a complicated, twisty road, so that's where I did get this. So, I wasn't trying to hide it. I just don't want to recommend a channel where I know that it is not an environment that is going to be inclusive for the live chat, and that's why I didn't want to bring it up. So.
On Monday, like I said, my children were the targets of attempted kidnap. We went to the store quickly, grab our stuff, and go. I only had 2 items I needed to grab, and then I did a Target pickup. So that was the only time we were getting out of the car. So we get to Michael's. I park as far away as possible in an effort to not inconvenience others with our big stroller. That was always my go-to with.
Can I just say this? As a kid, I'm just going to come at this from the kid perspective. That's nice that if there's parents out there who are trying to be considerate, take up all the space you need to if you are a parent, okay? Just take it all up. I know that she's been found to have been lying about this, but just as a reminder, if you are ever feeling like concerned about how much time you're taking with your stuff and your kids, do not worry about it. Don't even for a second. Do what you need to keep you and your kids the safest. Why life got to be so twisty? I don't know. I hate it. I literally hate how twisty it is. What? Masks are bad. I don't want to get into a mask debate. So, I personally can't mod a mask debate in my chat tonight. So, okay. Melissa, can I make you I just banned, Melissa, can I make you, I'm not saying you have to stay the whole time, but can I make you a mod, Melissa? Just for temporarily. Caspian? No. Mute. Okay. Melissa, blink blanc if you're okay. Okay, thank you, Mia. Thank you, Holly. Okay, I'll just keep playing. If it's okay, Melissa, let me know. Oh my God, play. I personally can't mod a mask debate. Not me. If you want, I have no idea. You could just click on people and you ban them if you want. But, within reason. All the power is in your hands, Melissa. Okay. All right, I'm closing this out.
Whenever I brought the double stroller, I'd park far away so that people wouldn't be frustrated with me taking forever getting the stroller in and out. That is the first thing that from this day forward I will be doing differently if I ever choose to bring my kids out again. I noticed a gentleman. He is parked.
I'll add y'all if I need more help, Rebecca.
Not in front of me, but to the left, 2 spots. He gets out of his car.
Here you go.
And starts walking towards me, and my thought is, oh, he's just gonna offer to help me because I probably look like I need help or something. He walks towards me, looks for a while, and then just turns around and gets back in his car. And I was like, oh, that was weird. Maybe he thought he recognized me or something. I don't know.
Just jump in. Okay, here's what we're looking at. Kate Sorensen is a influencer who's in the mom space. So Momfluencer, family vlogger space. She went viral in 2020 because she is recounting a alleged attempted kidnapping of her children. Come to find out, that did not happen, and she is in trouble with the law now and she is facing 6 months in jail for lying to the police and falsifying a report. So that's where we're at. We're just at the beginning of the story. This is like a short clip that was recorded. Then there's a longer clip that goes into more details. All done. Go to bed. No more French fries. He's just staring into my soul, asking for French fries.
So I get the kids in the stroller and we go into the store and they come in and they walk kind of close behind me. I definitely felt the heebie-jeebies. I didn't feel good, but I thought I was judging a book by its cover. They were not like kind. That sounds bad, but they weren't clean-cut individuals.
What? Look, I'm not a parent. I have never been a parent. So I'm going to tread very lightly. I think that parents try to make the best decisions possible for their kids. And I know we're trying to talk about this kind of with compassion and also realizing that she lied about this. So if you are going back and forth and saying, oh, am I prejudging this person? Should I not? I don't know if the parking lot is the place to not be alert, if that makes sense. Amy, so glad I caught you live. Now I want some fries. Yes, fries do sound good. I think this is me though, because like backwards hat and sweatshirt and socks and sandals. I think when you see the people that she targeted though, it is interesting. Yes, and so I'm trying to dip my toe because I would say parent bloggers are someone I want to talk about because it does seem like the space is very much mom focused or the attention. And I know in Beachbody we cover women and we cover Carl and Joel One Freeman and a bunch of other people. But I don't want to continue to add to the conversation that women are somehow awful people because of their gender. I just need to figure out how to do that. This is the problem with many of the mom influencers. They have to come up with more and more outlandish behavior to maintain the same level of attention. Yep. Great point. I'm going to move this over because I'm creating a tangent with my window frame. And sorry.
And so I attributed my discomfort to just, again, judging a book by its cover. That is the second thing that I will change from this experience forward. I go directly to the back of the store because one of those items is spray paint. And I notice they're hanging close by and I'm like, maybe they need spray paint too. I don't know. But then I hear them talking and they are describing in detail the characteristics of my children. They're saying blonde hair, blue eyes, maybe 1 year old, trying to guess ages. And I just kind of ignore it. I'm like,
can I ask the parents in the chat if this was a real situation? Can I ask the parents how they would have acted in this situation? Because I'm as a timid person myself, I can imagine being uncomfortable, freezing, I don't know. I have taught my 2 teenage daughters how to trust their guts. That's amazing, Rebecca. Maybe it's just an over-exaggerated situation. That could be true, but she has actually gotten in trouble for falsifying a report to the police, and she's facing sentencing up to 6 months in jail. I would have gotten back in the car if my gut said something is off. Hey, Diesel, what's up? Go to an employee or security personnel or the manager. I've not met one. I would immediately go to the store manager if I felt that my children were in any sort of danger. I feel like most people would. In most, like at the grocery store, you can ask any single person, like, can someone walk me to my car? I don't feel safe. I don't know. She's going to tell us. I'm pausing it too much. She's going to tell us like why she kept shopping. I think that she thought like, oh, this can't be happening. I must just be like looking into something more than it is. That they can't really be talking what they're talking about. It was, and again, we find out she falsified a police report. So she's not telling us the whole situation. Hey, Paris. I've been followed through a store with my toddler to the checkout and in the parking lot. I kept an eye on the woman the entire time and made sure I walked to the wrong car until she went away. I would not have confronted them, but I would have gone to the store personnel. Yikes. Yeah, if I had... absolutely, it isn't just about my children, but other children as well. I understand not wanting to stereotype people, but I live in a large city, so I think it's better to be overly cautious. I mean, I'm overly cautious. I grew up in a very large city. Yes, her account went private. So her account, these two videos, this situation made her go viral. So she, I think, went from 8 to 10,000 followers up to 80,000 followers overnight. Then when people started saying like, this doesn't make sense, she went private on her Instagram account. Now she's dropped down to like 40 or 50,000 followers on Instagram. And I think that this blew back in a very strong way. I've been attacked in grocery stores 3 times, I think, and the employees were always nice and walked me to my car. I'm glad they helped you, Harper. I think it's possible to not stereotype people and instead judge people by their behavior. I think so. I think it's a good conversation to have as we're watching this. We can talk about it. And we're gonna read the reports about what happened next after we get through this.
Maybe they're gonna make a fuss because neither of my children were wearing masks. Maybe that's the fuss. I continue to get in line, and I noticed that they get in line right behind me. And this was a very long line. It was like wrapped down the store. There were only 2 clerks checking people out. So I had quite a bit of time in line with them. And it wasn't until we got a little bit closer to the cash register that they finally picked something up. But as we were in line, there was a really nice...
Julie Jacobs said a kidnapper wouldn't be discussing the kid or drawing attention to themselves. As a mom of 3 who has twice had a huge bad vibe feeling and acted on it, this story is so fishy. Great point. Great point, Julie. And I think the police thought it was fishy too. Christina said, called the store, told them what was going on, what aisle they were on, their description, and made damn sure they didn't leave the store until they answered the cops' questions. Good. I am a medical courier. I move and walk with purpose, and people regularly give me weird looks because it often makes people feel like I'm following them. I got maced once. I am sympathetic to people feeling like they're being followed. Sure. Yep. And I was raising kids in the inner city, Baltimore. Wow. I think, be aware, and there's nothing wrong if your senses are overly heightened. If you talk to a manager, the best thing, and as a manager of a store, if someone came to me and they were nervous, we would help them. We wouldn't say like, oh, if it didn't pan out to be an issue, we wouldn't have been like, why did you ask us for help? No, like if you need help, talk to the employees and stay in a location with other people. Don't get isolated.
Lady in front of me, and we were speaking about the kids and just life right now. And I was doing that thing where you kind of nod and smile and act like you're listening, but really your ears are elsewhere. And I was saying behind me, and this is when I knew without a shadow of a doubt that they were talking about my children for purposes that were not appropriate, or not, that didn't sit right. They were talking about like their eyes, their...
Where I live, the staff who collect carts are always willing to walk people to their car, whether to help unload groceries safely or for other reasons. I always walk with purpose because I heard you don't get effed with as much. It's true. I don't think it's at all unreasonable to perceive my fast walking as menacing. It isn't menacing, of course. I'm just trying to get to the pickup spot so I don't get yelled at. For sure. Again, everyone's life experiences are different. Where you live in a multifaceted world, humans are dynamic. I often scare my coworkers because we have really narrow hallway in the bathrooms and I stride down it quickly, usually with my head in the clouds. These are situations when I appreciate my resting bitch face.
Face and everything. And then the thing that disturbed me the most was that the gentleman said, sorry, this is really hard to... The gentleman said to whomever he was talking to on the phone or whatever, sorry, the boy will be easier because he's not wearing a mask, so the mom must not really care about him that much. I can't tell you why I didn't turn around and say something right then. Why I didn't even have the courage to shoot a mean look. I paralyzed with fear. And I almost just discredited what was happening. Like I couldn't wrap my mind around the fact that this was actually happening. And so I just kind of...
That's a good point. I think she was in California. I wouldn't leave my daughter alone with her grandfather who wanted to take her overseas for a year to make money. She was 1 at the time. Oh my God. Wait, what are we lost about, live chat? What's going on? I don't know. She's repeating something that I don't know if she is making up. I'm sure she was making it up because of what's been going on in the court case. What happened here? She's in a very roundabout, long-winded way. No, let me make this smaller. She is saying that someone followed her into the store. 2 people did. Followed her into the store. Targeted her and her kids. Or her kids because her kids weren't wearing masks. And that must mean that she doesn't care about her kids that much. And she was listening to them behind her in line continue to talk about her kids. And then when she checked out and left, they followed her out there. She's telling a very long story.
As we get closer to the front of the line, the lady in front of me says, "You know what? You have the 2 kids. You go ahead." Mind you, the kids weren't throwing a fit at all. She really wasn't doing it to like. She was just being kind, and she just said, "You know, I wish people would do more kind things," and gave me. So check out quickly 2 items. I walk out, call David, my husband, and I say to him, if we had a code word, we talked about having a code word before. If we had a code word, I'd be using that right now.
Oh.
He's like, "What the heck are you talking about?" What? And I said, "I think
No. Why wouldn't you just... The best thing you could do, in my opinion, not that I know anything, make sure you have location sharing on with your partner, if you have a partner, or a close friend at all times. And the best person that you could call is 911. They can either transfer you to the sheriff hotline, but you would be able to be on the phone with someone and you could tell them what was going on. And even if it wasn't a situation, you wouldn't want to go to your car and be isolated. You stay in the store. In my opinion, I'm not trying to play back Monday morning quarterback. It doesn't make sense. Does she describe these alleged attempted kidnappers as yep, she does. And there is an interview with them because they got pulled into the police station and they went through this ordeal, and it was awful for them because they were accused of being kidnappers. Where I live, it's act first because the cops ain't gonna come for a while. So if you want any kind of justice, you make sure the culprit is still there when they do arrive. If we had a code word, I use it, she says, instead of saying exactly what's happening. Yeah. Someone followed me into the store. They followed me all throughout the store. They didn't buy anything, and now they're following me out to my car. 10 seconds. Go back into the store, wait there, call the police, you know? Oh, and again, I'm not trying to be judgy. I'm saying that something doesn't make sense. One of the thrift stores I frequent is near a McDonald's, and my mom asks if I can thrift a large fry for her because she checked my location services. That's hilarious, Modest Hermit. Stay in the store and have your partner come meet you. Yeah. Yep. You don't have to immediately leave. And I hope that, like, people in the chat, if we're talking about this, it's a good reminder of stuff you can do if you feel uncomfortable or if you feel like you're being targeted. You stay in a place that is well lit with people. You don't have to leave. You can talk to the manager and tell them you're feeling uncomfortable and say that, can someone walk me to my car? Or if you're at the grocery store or whatever. Stay in the store.
He was following me in the store talking about the kids. He's like, "What? What are you talking about?" And as I'm saying this, I feel someone walking right behind me, and I turn around, and sure enough, they are right behind me. They did not buy anything at the store. They must have put down whatever they had picked up to pretend to buy, and followed me out.
Go back in the store. Go back in the store. Oh my God. I'm being attacked by kittens. You know, that's the energy we need right now, because what the hell's going on with our live stream? Agreed. When I was attacked in grocery stores, I went to the nearest associate and explained what was happening and they called the cops. Harper, I'm sorry that happened, and I'm glad that like you were able to get help. That's what this reminded me of, Emily D. Baker's stream on Sherry Papini. The Sherry Papini story is wild. Absolutely wild. Rebecca, I remember when I was younger, I'd like to check the employees and decide which one looked the best to run to if needed. I watch too much true crime to leave the store. Same.
They notice me, notice them, so they go like they're going to their car. And I start walking more quickly. I look up at my car, and there is a white van parked exactly right next to my car. So to just play out, so I was parked in the spot closest to our store, if that makes sense. Like, in that we were going to. That's
doesn't make sense.
I was in, and I was in the second to last parking spot. So there was only one spot in between myself and the area where other traffic can go through. So that van was positioned perfectly right next to my car, blocked by my own car in a way that if people were around, they wouldn't be able to see what was going on. So I see that van, and my stomach just sinks, and I don't know what to do. I'm too afraid to change the direction I'm going. I can't explain to you what I was thinking. There was no logic. It was very just, I was terrified, and I didn't know what I was doing.
I mean, I'm not going to lie. If I see, this is me, I'm very, I have high neuroticism, which means I think about the negative consequences of every single decision, and they're highly motivating for me to avoid, if that makes sense. So, for example, when I take a test, I'm like 99% neurotic, and that personality type, and my partner is 1%. So we make up a complete person. But if you're looking for like what negatively could happen in this situation, I will tell you, I am very cautious about so many things. And if I'm parked and there is a van with no windows, I'm guessing, because she didn't say anything, I would have just turned back around and used the stroller as a battering ram if they tried to get in my way to stop me from going back into the store. Yes. Same. Champy, you are a little French fry. There you go. It doesn't make sense. My mind ping-pongs around to all the possible outcomes, which can bring good perspective to decision making, but can also drive me absolutely bonkers. It mostly drives me like, I'm scared a lot. I walk around with a stun gun now. It makes me feel way safer. I love that, Harper. Worst case scenario club unite. Yes. We have potatoes and tater tots for our meetings, and we bring our floof pictures to share. That's what we'll do. I get neurotic when it comes to interviews. Err on the side of caution is how I feel. Yes, and I also listen to way too many true crime podcasts. And yes, as an anxious person, it is paralyzing sometimes. Are you? Okay, you're just burping. I can understand when anxiety hits and logic flies out the window. I just questioned kidnappers discussing out loud their kidnapping plan. How did they know where she parked unless they followed her in? I think they did follow her in, from what I understand. I think she was nervous from the beginning, but again, if you see someone following you in the store, and they're following you around the store, and they get in line when you get in line, you have lots of red flags already for you to stop and change course and not go back to your car. My ex used to drive a windowless white van because he was an electrician. Good point. The windows would bust out because of the tools. Good point. These meetings sound amazing, to be honest. Hey, Shadow. If you're just joining us, this is Kate Sorensen. She is about to, I think she is about to be sentenced up to 6 months in jail for lying to the police and falsifying a police report, claiming that 2 people tried to kidnap her children, and that isn't exactly what happened. I want to be a member of the Worst Case Scenario Club. You're all members. You're all members. I'm a person that doesn't like to make waves, and I have sometimes not acted right in emergency situations because I didn't want to offend anyone, but this story still doesn't make sense to me. And I as someone who doesn't want to rock the boat, hello, it's me. If you are nervous in those situations, here's what I would say. I'm sorry to bother you. I feel very scared. Someone followed me into the store. They've been following me around the store. Can someone walk me to my car? Or if you don't feel like you can talk to them, you can say, would you mind if I waited here? I'm nervous about walking to my car. I think someone followed me in the store and I don't want to walk out just yet. You can, or you don't even have to say it. You can just wait at the entrance. If you have a more rational friend or a helpful third party who can logic through this with you, maybe they would suggest going and calling the police. But don't go and isolate yourself when you're already in the store around people, and being around other people would probably keep you safer. Yep. Offend everyone when it's about your safety. I mean, easier said than done. Yep. Yeah, and the windowless vans are more for like the service industry, contractors, electricians, plumbers, stuff like that. Painters, more square footage inside, more ability to mount shelving and stuff to the metal parts of your vehicle. It's just easier without windows.
So I walked straight to my car, had the stroller right next to me, and I didn't lock it. And so he just slides barely out of reach. As that's happening, I see the couple walking towards my car. And they walk around, not the full perimeter, but half of the car. They go back and forth around half of my car. And they're doing that thing again where they're not looking at me. So I can't make eye contact with them. I'm looking right at them. But they won't look at me. And while they're doing that, they're holding hands. And I'm going to show you if I can.
If you are, not you, Lania. Listen. If you're on the phone with someone, put them on speaker, turn on FaceTime. Have the FaceTime facing out around you, around the people. And you can start speaking loudly. And you can say to your partner, whoever's on the phone, these are the people who are following me. This is their vehicle. This is their license plate. And you can start saying all of this out loud if you've already gotten yourself into a tough situation. Because identifying information is going to be helpful. Car registration, going to be helpful. Yeah. This story doesn't add up, in my opinion. Start filming them. Make noise. Yep. This was in 2020. This was the day after this happened. This is the day after it happened. From what I understand.
Kind of how they were. So they were holding hands kind of like this, like they had their hands like this. They weren't actually holding hands. He had something in his hand and she just had her hand like this. And they're walking towards my car, towards my stroller, and I'm just saying to Dave, this is happening right now. What do I do? This is happening right now. Do I leave? What do I do? I'm too afraid to say something to them. I couldn't do it. I don't know why it bothered me. And then as I go I decide.
Why would her, again, here's a question. If you're a parent and you have a partner, if you're on the phone with said partner, why would your partner not tell you turn around and go back in the store? Which Michaels are you at? I'll call the police right now if you can't. Stay on the phone with me. Go back to the store. I don't know. Yes, another option is recording the situation around you in public places, most likely not illegal to video record. And I feel like I'm not giving legal advice. There would be exceptions for grace for doing recording if you are feeling unsafe and you're trying to get evidence for the police. I wouldn't have approached my car. I would have hightailed it back to the store. I don't know. My phone has a safety feature on it. If I triple click the power button, it will record 30 seconds. Send it to 3 people I set, plus my GPS location, saying it's an emergency. Andy, how do I do that? Is that only on Android? Shelby is our resident legal buddy. There's no law against recording in public in the U.S. Sweet. Did her partner back up her lies? This is a great question. When we read, we'll figure it out. We're going to read some of the articles that came out.
I'm just going to throw Finley and the stroller. I don't even care about the stroller. I'm just going to throw Finley in the trunk. I'm going to jump in the trunk. We're going to close this car. We're getting out of here. All the while, I'm so focused on this couple, I'm not paying attention to the van. It's almost like that's become irrelevant to me because that was kind of speculation in the first place. But I open the trunk. As I'm opening the trunk, it goes boop, boop, boop. Finley is next to me, but there's a hair of a second where I can't see all of the stroller. You know what I mean? And in that hair of a second, they had taken 2 steps forward towards the stroller, then 2 steps back, then 2 steps forward, then 2 steps back. It made no sense. It was obvious what they were doing. In that last time, he reaches for the stroller, and by the absolute grace of God, someone is parked just a few spots away, just close enough to see what's going on, but not close enough for the people that are involved in to take my child to notice. And it's an old man. He must have been like 80 plus years old. Looks at me, and he has this mask on, and his eyes get so big, kind of asking like, do you need help? And I just yell, excuse me, can you please help me? Just comes running over, and the couple, whatever they drop, they didn't drop anything. They just don't stop reaching for the stroller, run, get in their car, drive off. And in that moment, I feel a rush behind me, and I turn around, and there is a man right behind me, and he kind of plays it off like, oh, do you need help with something? And I just like look at him. I'm just paralyzed, like I can't talk. The van shuts the door and just drives off quickly, and I drive off and I file a police report, and that is the extent of that. I am well aware of how different that could have played out, and that's what scares me the most, is that despite the fact that I was in tune enough to pay attention to those signs,
This is the second video from I don't know if this was on her TikTok. I'm assuming it was on her TikTok. 412,000 views, 412,756 views, 3,591 comments. This is the second video because I combined them both. So there, the guy, the 80, she's not telling the story well. There was an older man with a mask. Then she discovered there was another guy behind her that was the owner of the white truck. What I'm gonna try to do. Let me see. I'm gonna see if it's on Pacer. It probably isn't on Pacer. Hold on. Log in. Case locator. Let's try this. I'm just logging in over here. Hold on. Find parties. Kate. No, I don't think it's coming up. I'm gonna have to ask Wendy if she can help me find it, because it's probably a local one. It's probably not going to be in Pacer. I'll try to find it.
Oh, there are so many ways that I dropped the ball and was not as prepared as I could have been for that. And so my purpose in sharing this is to simply raise awareness and to encourage you to not only be aware of what's going on around you, because I was aware, but I did not know how to act. I did not practice how to act. I maybe have thought in my head before, oh, that's what I would do if I was in that situation, but
get around other people, stay in a store. Have your kids facing a corner so that no one can come up and grab them. You're going to make it as hard as possible. Talk to a manager, call the police, or call the sheriff. Put the local sheriff's number in your phone. Yes, this is old. I am behind. This happened in 2020. She I think is going to get sentenced on Tuesday upcoming. And she can get up to 6 months in jail. The person who sprayed me was a nurse walking into the hospital around 5 a.m. She had never seen me before. She was alone. I understand fearing the worst in that moment. Oh my gosh. I'm sorry, Beyond. I recently door-dinged someone in a parking lot, and I was so distraught about damaging someone else's vehicle. I forgot to get any of the other person's info besides their license plate. I don't think I could remember all that detail. I just want to warn you. It just is strange. It's a strange story.
If you don't really have a definite plan of what you'll do, you're going to freeze up. My first piece of advice is to be aware of what's going on around you, and to not be ashamed or embarrassed, to not put your fear of inconveniencing others first. If you don't act on that feeling, the worst thing that will happen is that your kids could be taken from you. So take that risk. Don't. I wanted to have some nice bullet point things to share and ways that you can look out. And I think
I found a good article. Hold on.
I'll get to that point, but for right now, it's taking everything in me just to share this story. So here it is for you. I'm nervous to share this. feel a lot of shame and guilt around the fact that I wasn't able to act in the way that I know that I should have. My hope is that this inspires
She has a heavy
who is in a situation where they do need to take the
She has a heavy filter on her. She is tearing up, so I don't know. Can you cry on command? I don't know. This seems strange. It just seems strange.
public right now to be aware of what's going on. I don't want to impose a fear mentality. We have enough fear of living in this world right now. I don't want to add to that, but I just want to encourage you to be aware.
That was the end of it. That's all I could grab from the account. So let me go over here. And beyond, I'm so glad that you are okay. Let me go over to this scene. Champy, you've had a million so far. Here you go. He is crazy about French fries. Where are my overlays? Overlays, scenes. Gosh darn it. Sorry. Oh my God. Where are my scenes? Here we go. We're going to go to, right? Okay. Mostly okay. We're going to go to, I don't need a video source. What is happening? I know, I see you. Safari. Yep, there we go. Trying to fix my life over here. This is from Law and Crime. They are a legal channel. They're not my favorite legal channel because they seem to get itchy with their copyright finger, but okay. All right. We know what she looks like. Momfluencer, supposedly stressed out by COVID and knee-deep in QAnon content, found guilty of telling viral kidnapping lie. Oh my God, just lock it. Okay. Oh, there's the chat. Sadie Vega Martinez, a mother of 5, and her husband Eddie Martinez, left and right Katie Sorensen, Champy, images via Inside Edition screen grab, Instagram screen grab. Those are the 2 people she accused. Sorry, I'm still eating French fries. A couple in California found out the hard way about just how damaging lies told on the internet can be after a complete stranger, knee-deep in QAnon conspiracy content, falsely accused them online, on the news, and to police of attempted kidnapping. Kathleen Katie Sorensen, a 31? Kathleen Katie Sorensen, a 31-year-old mother of 2, faces up to 6 months behind bars after she was convicted of a misdemeanor for falsely reporting to police that the couple tried to kidnap her kids at a Michael's Arts and Crafts store in December 2020. Am I muted? I hope I'm not. Okay. Jurors found, it was a jury trial? Oh my God. I want to look this up now. Jurors found that Sorensen, who is white, targeted Petaluma married couple Sadie Vega Martinez and Eddie Martinez, who are Hispanic, with a completely made-up story about an attempted kidnapping. In court documents, authorities allege that prior to fabricating the claims out of whole cloth, the defendant had been, quote, in significant engagement with QAnon conspiracy theories, which tend to center around kidnappers and pedophiles, end quote. YouTube, please do not slap me. QAnon, as Law and Crime readers will know, is a baseless, far-right conspiracy theory adjacent to Pizzagate, which posits that Democratic politicians and Hollywood elites are trafficking children around the globe as part of a Satan-worshipping cabal, and that former President Donald Trump alone was chosen to stop it. Though QAnon did not feature in Sorensen's trial, prosecutors theorized that Sorensen made up the attempted kidnapping story to grow her social media following. The defendant denied that and instead attributed her behavior to being stressed out by the COVID-19 pandemic. The Press Democrat reported. She reportedly admitted under oath to a misunderstanding and claimed she believed at the time that her kids were under threat of abduction. The Press Democrat reported, however, that Sorensen never even interacted with the Martinezes or purported witnesses on the day in question. Holy shit. Quote, the gentleman witness looked at me and his eyes were huge. He saw what was going on and I just yelled for help, end quote, Sorensen had claimed. The damage was done as Sorensen's online claims about the Martinezes were viewed millions of times, CBS News reported. Prosecutors said that Sorensen first told Petaluma police a vague version of the attempted kidnapping story on December 7th, 2020, a story which became much more elaborate and allegedly knowingly false 1 week later. Okay, parents in the chat, let me ask you this. If something like this happened to you, would you have withheld any information from the police if you were filing a report? Wouldn't you give them every single piece of information if it was real? Anything you could remember? Wouldn't you have given them everything? Uh-oh, what happened? Oh, yeah. So, no shade to anybody who follows DCP, Dad Challenge Podcast. It's not someone that I personally recommend because my live chat, I try to make it a safe place. And some of the ideas that Josh shares on his channel, aren't, in my opinion. And so I don't want anyone to feel any shade about following. I said that much bigger accounts have been covering this. And I wanted to cover it because the resources that I saw on the internet, I didn't feel like I could say, oh, go listen to this account because of the ideas that some of them have about people. So that's why. I'm not trying to be like, oh, I got it first. So I'm just trying to navigate this. Where's my scene? I have to fix all my stuff. Right. Okay. Prosecutors that Sorensen first told, 1 week later, more law and crime coverage. Okay, we don't need that link. On December 7, 2020, Miss Sorensen went to the Michael's craft store with her 2 young children. After purchasing a few items, Miss Sorensen returned to her car, loaded her children into the car, and left the Michael's parking lot. A few minutes later, Miss Sorensen called the Petaluma Police Department and reported that a couple had tried to kidnap her children, prosecutors said in a press release. About a week later, Miss Sorensen made and published an Instagram video wherein she went into great detail about the near abduction of her young children, adding significant details that had not been disclosed to the Petaluma Police Department. Okay, parents, would you have ever withheld any information from the police? The couple she accused were the sweetest grandparents. She ruined their lives and reputation. She deserves to have the whole freaking library thrown at her. 100%. Dave, also, welcome to the chat. If y'all don't know Dave, he is a staple in many of the chats, and it's always a blast to have him in ours. My dog is crying for more. Okay. Yes. No, multiple things can be true about someone at the same time. You can have one of the most influence in terms of spreading I don't say spreading information in a bad way, but bringing to light the problems with family vloggers, and still there be in my opinion, a big part of it that is taken into account for me because of people who I know follow my channel. I don't want to take away the strives that he's made in being a very loud voice that people want to listen to about the dangers of family vlogging. There's pieces of it about his views of people and his perspectives of the world that I don't agree with, and he's not someone that I feel comfortable recommending my channel, but I also don't want to take away the actual impact that he's had in bringing to light a lot of the problems with some family channels. And I don't like to do ad hominem attacks, and that is something that is pretty prevalent on his channel. And so that's just my very small line in the sand. And I don't want to take anything away from him at all. Yeah, and again, I say this with compassion, multiple things can be true about someone at the same time. He has really great audio, he has really great filming, his message, his story, his outlines for his videos, incredible. And there's some parts that I don't agree with. And you can still be making an impact and getting people to listen about the dangers of family vlogging, and also there's room for discussion, not that he would ever talk to me about it, about some of his perspectives about people. So I'm not trying to bear my channel down. Okay, let's see. Where were we? According to the Sonoma County District Attorney's Office, jurors found Sorensen guilty Wednesday of only one of the 3 charged false reporting misdemeanor counts. Court records reviewed by Law and Crime show that the false reporting crime Sorensen was found guilty of occurred on December 14th, 2020, which is the day she went on the news and aired her claim that her son's stroller was grabbed at the store. The 2 other counts stemmed from what the defendant reported on December 7th, 2020, the day of the non-incident. Sorensen called the kidnapping attempt that wasn't a weird thing to even vocalize when telling her story. I saw these people. They didn't look necessarily clean cut, she said on the news. I felt uncomfortable around them, and instead of making them uncomfortable with my discomfort, I chose to remain in my discomfort. What? Then she told police the false tale during a follow-up interview, authorities said. The Instagram video went viral, and Miss Sorensen also went on a local news program repeating her account. Officers from the Petaluma Police Department followed up with Miss Sorensen, prosecutors continued. During that interview, Miss Sorensen identified a Petaluma couple from Michael's store video as being the perpetrators? What? Oh my God. Yes, Fun Day Fridays is great. This piece of shit, though, deserves all the dad challenge spice, you know? So Dad Challenge Podcast, his name is Josh Barber. He's an account. I just want to say this blankly. I don't recommend, like, I don't feel good about referring people in my chat to go watch his videos, but he is a large voice on the internet about child exploitation. And I think, as kindly as I can say it, he wants to highlight child exploitation so that these family vloggers will stop exploiting their kids, and he does whatever he can to make them feel uncomfortable, including ad hominem attacks and hyper focusing on the part of moms that he seems to put a lot of the weight of responsibility on exploiting the kids on. And he has like 170 something thousand followers. He produces a video a day pretty much, and his content's really well edited and great audio, and people watch his stuff. So I don't want to information control on my channel. I just want to have like a disclaimer that what you might run into listening to his content.
And knows that? Nah, you're going to be douchebag of the week probably.
Oh, what is playing right now? That sounds like Dad Challenge Podcast. It went to his video in the background on my Chrome tab. Oh my God. That was Dad Challenge Podcast. Oh my God. Sorry, guys. Oh my God. Quit. I keep trying to play it and we're not playing anything. Then she told police the false tale during a follow-up interview, authorities said. The Instagram video went viral, and Miss Sorensen also went on a local news program repeating her account. Officers from the Petaluma Police Department followed up with Miss Sorensen, prosecutors continued. During that interview, Miss Sorensen identified a Petaluma couple from the Michael Store video as being the perpetrators. After false claims were aired, surveillance images of the accused couple started circulating. KTVU's Henry Lee reported at the time that the Martinezes were in contact with police and cooperating after the couple became aware that they were sought for questioning. The couple refuted Sorensen's story, and video evidence backed them up, prosecutors said. Miss Sorensen's report was determined to be false and was resoundingly contradicted by the accused people as well as store video that was obtained, prosecutors said. Still, Sorensen reportedly told police, reportedly told police on December 17th, 2020, "What I saw and felt was very real to me, and that is why I shared it." What? A day later, cops vindicated the couple for the first time. At trial, Sorensen's lawyer, Charles Dressau, reportedly argued that his client had misinterpreted the situation at Michael's because she was stressed out amid the COVID-19 pandemic. She was wrong, she just didn't know it at the time, the lawyer reportedly said. Sonoma County's top prosecutor called the guilty verdict important. This verdict will enable us to hold Ms. Sorensen accountable for her crime, while at the same time helping to exonerate the couple that was falsely accused of having attempted to kidnap 2 young children, DA Carla Rodriguez said in the statement. The case is also important in that it illustrates the importance of using social media responsibly. Defense attorney Dressau reportedly reacted to the lone guilty verdict by saying that jurors had rejected the theory that my client lied to the police on December 7th, claiming that the panel reviewed the actual evidence and found it to be very different than how the case has been portrayed outside the courtroom. We are disappointed as to count 3 and will evaluate our options moving forward, he added. Law and Crime reached out to the lawyer for further comment. The knowledge element of the false reporting statute appears to provide some insight as to why jurors didn't convict on the December 7th, 2020 related counts, but did on the December 14th, 2020 claims. Every person who reports to any peace officer that a felony or misdemeanor has been committed, knowing the report to be false, is guilty of a misdemeanor, the statute says. Emphasis, ours. According to court documents, Sorensen told police on December 17th that she knew there were inconsistencies in her story and she didn't want the matter to go to trial. I never wanted to go to court with this because I knew it wasn't viable. What? Yeah, imagine this. You're in 2020, there's misinformation. Listen, you're in 2020, there's misinformation going around about these, this misinformation about QAnon and kidnapping and kids being kidnapped and stuff. And people who believe in that, which I know that actually does happen, but the way it was presented in 2020 was that the type of people who would be participating in that were probably looked at harsher. And people falsely accused of that probably was awful for those people. It probably was awful for them. It's awful for anybody, but if you look at all the stars aligning for 2020, the misinformation, the information about QAnon, everything, and that she's playing into that, and then these people are the villains, that's awful. DA Rodriguez's additional remarks touched on the difference between the first acquitted 2 counts and the remaining convicted count. By the time she made the last report, she had already made several statements to news outlets, and on her blog, the DA reportedly said, "At that point, I think they probably felt she had crossed a line. We want people to know they can make a report of a crime, but when it's obvious that crime didn't happen, you have to stop with the accusations," Rodriguez added. Presiding Judge Laura Pasaglia can sentence Sorensen up to 6 months in jail, authorities said. An Elle article headlined, "The Karen Who Cried Kidnapping," included Sadie Vega Martinez's happy response to the guilty verdict. After Sorensen avoided accountability for years and then hearing she was found guilty... I'm sorry. I'm going to put my dog out of the room. Champy. I'll be right back. I'm sorry. Come on. Come on. Go on. Out. Out. Goodbye. Sorry, he doesn't need anything. He just wants French fries. Sorry about that. He already got 30 French fries and I can't feed him anymore or else he's going to get sick. After Sorensen avoided accountability for years and then hearing she was found guilty and walked out in handcuffs, yes, justice was served. The mother of 5 was quoted saying, "I feel like it's a step in the right direction for my family. I'm grateful for their support." The couple Sorensen was convicted of lying about previously condemned the so-called Momfluencer in a sit-down interview with Inside Edition. Hear from the Martinezes how their lives were turned upside down by the complete stranger's mind-boggling falsehood. Come on. We're loading.
Not long ago, we told you about the so-called Momfluencer who claimed her kids were nearly kidnapped in
Oh
a
my
parking lot.
God.
Well, now
We're going to have to put this in Chrome because Safari won't let me do the audio.
they say
Okay, I'm going to fix it. Safari, I don't know what is going on with you. Okay, we are going to change the input to Chrome. And of course, this is why people pre-record stuff, I get it. I know. I like using Safari because we get to cut out all of the ads. Because you can do the reader. Oh my God. Let me go down. Do. Okay. Oh my God. Thank you for sitting with me through these technical difficulties. You can read this at Law and Crime without me ruining the stream. He's just still crying out there. Okay.
Not long ago, we told you about the so-called Momfluencer who claimed her kids were nearly kidnapped in a parking lot. Well, now police say they think she made up the whole story. Here's Jim Murray.
My children were the targets of attempted kidnap.
This mom gave a chilling account of an attempted abduction involving her kids. Katie Sorensen is a social media momfluencer, posting motherhood and beauty tip videos.
I am a mom of 2 young boys.
Last December, Sorensen told cops she was shopping at a Michael's craft store in Petaluma, California with her kids when this Hispanic couple followed her to the parking lot. She said the man tried to grab her stroller, but suspicions grew about the account, and police looking into her claims say their investigation found no evidence or witnesses to back up her story. In fact, this mom said she and her husband recognized themselves in the photo and came forward to deny Sorensen's claims. Now Sorensen has been charged with giving false information to police, which carries a maximum of 6 months in jail.
She wanted a stronger following. She was looking for, content for her fame and her income.
Oh my God.
And at our expense.
Today, I spoke to Sadie and Eddie Martinez, who say they feel they were racially profiled. Is there any question in your mind that Katie Sorensen singled both of you out because of your race or ethnicity?
Yes, without a doubt.
Katie Sorensen scheduled to be arraigned May 13th.
Okay. So that's the end of that article. Let me go back up here. There was a link where she said she had made another statement on TV. Can you believe that? Someone did this for clout? There we go. Update. Sadie Martinez, a mother of 5, speaks out after Petaluma police confirm she and her husband did not try to kidnap Sorensen's kids. Outside Michael's stores, as Sorensen had alleged in the viral videos. That looks like they're checking something, like they're checking out. Okay, that's just not helpful. This is already stuff we watched. All right. I don't really have anything else other than I'll keep you updated. Wait, so they are going, she's going to get sentenced on May 13th. Well, Kate, you got your 15 minutes. Hope the jail time is worth it. I hope she gets, this is, I feel like this is not very empathetic of me, but I hope she gets the full 6 months. Yeah, QAnon is based in anti-Semitism, so it is not, it's awful. She did say they didn't buy anything, and it looks like they're checking out with the photo. What do you do as a spouse of someone who does something like this? I don't know. I'm guessing that they're going to stay together. And no shade to people who want to work stuff out, but I don't know how I don't know. It's wild to think about. I wish I could see the court documents. So many questions. Well, she is trying to be a big influencer. So like, let's see if I can find it. Instagram. Nope, I'm not logged in on this one. The parent blog space, the vlog space, you can make millions and millions of dollars. It has slowed down a little bit, but some people are still making big bank with showing their kids online, showing their whole lives online, showing private kind of moments of kids growing up online. She was doing the same thing with her kids, and she was trying to be in the mom space. but she was still showing her kids. And if you have even seen some of the family vloggers and what they do for clicks and likes and views, this is one of those situations it seems like that she got caught up in. She should be made to make a YouTube live every freaking day for 6 months, looking into the camera and saying, "I'm a liar." You know, I feel like that would be an old school punishment, and I wouldn't necessarily be opposed to it. Wait, do we know if her partner had any ideas if the call actually happened? I'd have to look in the court cases if they, like the trial transcript, like when we're reading the Young Living stuff, I bet that they have Petaluma County versus Katie Sorensen. I want to see the court cases though, but I think I have to look locally. This is one of her. This is her at trial. I guess I should put her over here. That's her lawyer. This is her at trial. That's her lawyer. Sorry, it's pixelated. This is her at trial. She looks different. I don't know if y'all like seeing these trial photos, but I do. Oh, I don't want to be on TikTok right now. There's lots of people covering it on TikTok. Oh boy. Here's another picture. This is why Ecamm's the best, because you can just drag and drop. She looks different. No filters. I have so many problems with mommy vloggers, and this just enhances it. I prefer the parents who ask their kids permission before appearing on a video. The only kids that they show that can't give consent are the ones where they're bringing awareness to a rare disease. Yeah, and even then, it's tough, because if you are bringing awareness to a disease or something that you're born with, and it helps others like be more empathetic, that's one thing. One of the issues I have is when kids can't, and again, I know this is a highly debated topic. I don't necessarily know if kids can actually give. I know informed consent is like a legal term, and all of YouTube is and parents creating content on YouTube is not really regulated in a meaningful way. I don't know if kids can actually give informed consent, or if that's even the right term to explain it. But let's say you have a child who is nonverbal, who is autistic and needs 24/7 care, and you continue to film them even when they are severely agitated. I don't agree with that. Even if the parent has tried to do a lot to teach others about autism and give tips and tools and stuff like that. Are you doing it in a way that continues to bring dignity to your child? And some of the family vloggers I've seen do not do that. The The issue with family vlogging is that the children cannot give informed consent to having their lives put on the internet for public consumption. They cannot weigh the future consequences. I agree. And they also, the law does not cover the earnings either, because if a kid is in film, their money gets to go into a trust and their parents only get to withdraw like 20% of it, and the kid gets everything else. With family vloggers, the kids are the ones that are bringing in the viewers, and the parents are the one that get all the money. So it's a twisty, twisty world. It's a tough conversation. There's a lot of people who do it better than me. And there's a lot of y'all who are really great at articulating the issues with it. That's so good. I know someone who uses their social media for autism education, and they have never used their children to do so. Yep, that's amazing. I'm semi-verbal autistic, and I follow 2 specific Facebook moms who both get consent from their autistic kids. Both are teens. One just turned 18. Both ask their kids to look over posts. That's really cool. That's really cool. That's really great. Before posting them, and they actually listen and don't post if the kid isn't okay with it. That's awesome. And I hope that like I can take a reasonable approach if I dip my toes into this. Because I think education is important. I think there's power in social media, and there's power for it to do good. And there's also some things that can harm. And yeah. And again, you don't know what you're going to put out there that may potentially mess up your future job opportunities as well. Because if they go and do a deep search for like top level security clearance, or like top secret security clearance, or whatever, and they find your parents talking about all of your stuff that you struggled with growing up, and then you don't pass that because certain information is revealed, it is tragic. That's an excellent word to use, dignity. I would argue a lot of these types of bloggers do not care about the dignity of their children. Yep, a nonverbal child will cry and make a fuss. Yep. Even with trying to bring awareness to certain diseases, children still shouldn't be appearing on social media like that. What if the child doesn't want their diagnosis out there when they're older? That's another great point. Again, I think that it comes back to the dignity part. And I don't think that it is undignified if you have something additional that you are born with, like if you're neurodivergent. I'm not saying that is a negative. I'm saying, are you being exploited? Is the hyperfixation on the kids adding to or taking away from them? And I don't think that sometimes the parents are the ones to make that decision, because we have lots of parents out there who seem to be exploiting their kids for money. It's the commodification of childhood, which I believe is very damaging. We are going to start to hear from a lot of these kids as they become adults about the negatives of it. Yes, and there was a kid who just did a story. Is it 12 Passengers? The one where they took the door off of their son's room and made him sleep not on his bed for 6 or 8 months. And it's the sister that she is not really on good speaking terms with her family anymore. But she came out and was like, this was not good for me. I'm trying to find the name. Sherry Frankie. Dignity and capacity to consent. So Sherry Frankie is the daughter of a family vlogger, and she just went on a podcast and was telling about her experience and the negative parts of being filmed all the time. And her parents Ruby and Kevin, 8 passengers. I thought it was 12 passengers. I'm sorry. I'm having a hard time keeping track of all these people. So YouTube channel 8 Passengers has been run by Ruby, 40, and Kevin, 43, along with their 6 kids, Sherry, Chad, Abby, Julie, Russell, and Eve. Out of these kids, 18-year-old Sherry is the eldest. And she may be older now, but she has come out on this podcast and talked about the bad parts of being filmed all the time. Yes, and the same mom is offering a parenting course. The same mom who called the school when her 6-year-old forgot her lunch. She got a text from the teacher and was like, "Hey, so-and-so, was it Eve? One of the younger ones forgot their lunch at home." And she was like, "They're responsible for packing their lunches." So, and she was saying on camera, "I hope that she doesn't break and someone doesn't feed her because she needs to learn this lesson." Learn a lesson to be hungry? What are you talking about? So lots of people talk about 8 Passengers. It's a whole moment. He slept on a beanie. Yep. No door, no room. It's just wild. It's wild. The child was 5. Sorry, yes, younger than I said. The child is responsible for making their own lunch. And apparently the child told the mom, "Oh, I made my lunch," and then got to school and didn't have the lunch. And the mom did not want anyone to feed the child because she wanted the child to learn the lesson. What? Using food as a punishment is just, you get twisty so fast. As someone who has personal experience that with my coach growing up, no, it's not a good place to go down. And again, some of the loudest voices on the internet who talk about family, the dangers of family vlogging, the exploitation of children, are people like the Dad Challenge podcast. And again, as I said before, multiple things can be true about at the same time. You can be making a huge impact, and it also can be a little bit twisty, and it's not something I can recommend that is a safe place to go watch because of some of the views about people, some of the views about just lots of stuff. And so I don't know. I don't know exactly what I'm trying to say, but there's lots of other people talking about this than just, it's obviously not me. There's tons of people talking about it. Ruby Frankie is also a borderline fundamentalist Mormon, and a lot of what she says and does is based on that. Melissa with all the tea. I love that. Now she's anti-trans, anti-LGBTQ. I did not know that. And thinks she's a good mother. This reminds me of an ad I keep seeing on Pinterest about a mom selling a vitamin claiming it'll help with tantrums and outbursts. Her kid is obviously faking a fit and the ad is disgusting. Oh my God. Did y'all know I did a Q Sciences video 4 or 5 months ago? And the parents were talking about this one product was so great because sometimes you just need all of your kids to go to bed at the same time. So you just spray it in their mouth and they just go off to sleep. What? Oh, man, I'm never going to win against nature, Jessica. Swoop, and yes, Swoop is like the pentultimate of video creation. Let me link that video because Swoop is great. Okay, YouTube. Swoop. 8. And if y'all have other good, the downfall of 8 passengers. Okay, here we go. Y'all, here's the link to 8 passengers. Jordan and McKay. Perfect. Kids won't sleep. Drug them. Yes. Yes. I just linked Swoop's video in the live chat. And I will do Jordan and McKay's. Are they ex-Mormons, I think? Jordan and McKay. 8 passengers. Yeah, and it replay crew, if you're watching this and you have channels that are inclusive, that are well thought out, that don't use ad hominem attacks, you feel free to link them or tell me in the comments so I can link them in the description. Here we go.
Started.
Here we go. Jordan and McKay's video on 8 passengers is coming in the chat. Yes, the Duggars are a doozy. It's like moms who give their kids a Benadryl to make them go to sleep. Yeah, and if you thought like Q Sciences was some kind of like nicer MLM with better products, there's one team in Q Sciences. The husband is a former like big Christian rock star guy, and the mom is doing the business, and he's doing the business now full time. And they are talking about how they get their kids to be more compliant with the use of this Q spray. I think it was them who took Christmas away. Or maybe, I think it was them. Where's Melissa when we need her? Lania, thank you so much for joining. I hope you have a good rest of your day or evening, whenever it is. Yep. Yeah, in speaking of wilderness camps, content warning, trigger warning, death. I'll wave my hands when I'm done talking about it so you can mute me. Someone went to an elite kind of boarding school camp where they fix you with if you're a troubled teen in Utah. And she went to the teachers telling them that something was wrong, that she was sick. And she went from December 7th, something's wrong, I'm sick. She was throwing up all up until the day she died on December 20th. And they kept telling her nothing was wrong with her and she was just trying to get medicine or she was just fibbing. And she died of sepsis. And that was at one of those wilderness re-education, like fancy boarding school places in Utah. Oh my God, Jessica. Whenever this one friend of my mom's watched us, we were magically in bed by 8. And my old seizure meds disappeared. Weird. She got caught 10 plus years later doing the same thing to her granddaughter. Holy crap. I really hope these schools and camps get more regulation. CC Suarez went to one that really, really helped her. The good ones need to be kept around and the bad one needs to go bye-bye. Yeah, and the thing is, I think there needs to be super strict regulations on it. But you need to have the best of the best psychologists and staff and specialists, because it can't just be a money grab and, oh, well, we know better. We know like hard labor is going to do it. hard labor didn't work for Josh Duggar. You know what I'm saying? And that's great that some people had incredible experiences, and that's amazing that Chelsea had a great experience at hers, and she believes that program saved like her life. That there is so many that have done so much harm to people. Oh, thank you, Rafa. That's so kind of you. Thank you. My sister did get sent to a good one that's still around in Oregon, ran by National Guard. That's amazing. And I think it's like, I hope that there's, I guess like the hard thing is like when kids don't get believed that something is wrong. And I don't know. It's just so sad that there was so much time to save this girl, that she wasn't feeling well. And well, maybe it was December 9th. There was 11 days where they could have interceded and helped her, and they didn't help her. And I hope this school gets sued into oblivion because of what they did to her. Yes, I watched the Paris Hilton one. It's incredible. And that's where's my little, I have a little thing to show you. It's from Stephen Hassan. Hold on. I made this to make it cuter. Let's see. Where is it? Is it in OBS? Is this it? Add a heading overlay. I'm trying to find it. Hold on. It is why different people have different experiences. I'm just trying to find it. What is it called? Destructive? I don't know where I put it. Oh my god. Let's see, is it in 2023? No. Is it in, where would it be? On Canva. I think I did this in Illustrator, but I think I have it in Canva too. Because I didn't want to lose it. Where are you? I'm trying to look for it. This would have been so perfect if I had this up. Destructive cult. No, where is it? Graph. I'm not going to be able to find it. Anyways, you have a pyramid. You have the leaders, you have the rank and file members, then you have another committed, then you have the fringe members, then you have the other fringe members around them. And it explains why so many people have different experiences in high control groups. I know. Did that help? Like, DC, why don't you have your visuals ready? I don't know. I have no idea. Let's see. Is it in here? Images. Nope. I just got a stream goat. That doesn't help me. Anxiety, because I can't find my thing, doesn't help me. Nope. Anyways, this is the influence continuum. That doesn't help me either. What are we, professionals? What the hell? It must be in this folder. Let's go. Nope. 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 I'm looking for it. Oh my god, sorry. What the hell? Apparently, I've never been on live television before. And apparently, I'm trying to find it. Please. Oh my gosh. Oh, overlays. No. Motion graphics, overlays. No. I know. Are you sick of me yet? I'm sick of myself. Found it. Yes. Okay. Look, you got the top leaders. You've got the core devotees. You've got the rank and file members. Then you have the fringe members. And then you have the other fringe members. Okay? And it really does explain. And I'm going to put this in my... I'm going to add this to my stream so we know that it's always here. Okay, where is it? I'm trying to add it to my buttons so we can always have it. Cult structure. Do we get that? I didn't come up with this. I just redrew it because I like these colors better. And I like the graph better than what was on Freedom of Mind website. Cult structure. Okay, let me add this to my buttons. Overlay. Add an overlay. I know. I'm just ruining my stream right now. Where are my freaking overlays? Next scene. Play video. Oh my god. What is this called? Cult structure. There we go. Ding ding. We're good. Gotta shut down for the night. Getting tired. Eclectic Mima. We all need to shut down for the night. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for liking the stream. You burned it down for obvious reasons. Jessica, be good. Oh, okay, real quick. Here's how you send me a video, okay? And I think it is a great way to do it. I know, I'm biased because, for obvious reasons, I think it's great. Oh my god, why is it so big? Oh my god. Okay, we're just going to add it again. Here's how you do it. Okay, you can go. I will put the link. I know y'all are sick of me. I can't help it. I keep saying, oh, why don't you just get better? Take the advice you give those MLM people. I don't know how to. It's just hypocrisy. I just can't help it. Okay, you go to my channel. Okay? Like on Instagram. And you go to my link in my bio. This is very tiny. I'm not sure why this is so small. But you can click on the commentary playlist on the Columbia fiasco for Jesse Lee Ward. This is the source links for journalists and creators. You can submit a video, text screenshots of what happened at Columbia there, and you can do reaction video submission here. So you click on this reaction video submission. Here's the cool thing. You don't have to upload it to your Google Drive. You can upload it straight to mine. Oh. I'm sorry, Holly. I could never be sick of you, DC. Thank you, Av. It's the hierarchy. Oh my god, what happened? Welcome to the MLM shit show, as Eva says. Okay. So you type in the company. Let's say we're doing Q Sciences. This just helps. Leader name, if there's a leader, let's say it's, I don't know, Jake, whatever his name is. You put your email in just so it knows to email you, like the submission went through. You can put notes in. This is a training where they make income and health claims and talk about drugging their children. You know, you don't have to do something fancy. Or you can say Zoom link and paste the Zoom link. You know what I'm saying? So here's what you do next. You tap on here and you can put in your video. We'll pretend it's this video. Okay? I house all of the data so you don't have to do it. I'm putting my own email in because it's going to notify me when it's uploaded successfully. And there's no limit to what you can upload. It goes into my specific MLM folder. Not much difference, Alizik. Sometimes mommy vloggers just do themselves, but most of the time they show. Oh, cool, Holly. Anyway, so that's how you load it into my little folder on Google Drive. And it will notify me when I get a submission. So that's how you do it. Y'all, thank you for joining me. It's been a good time. I will see you on the next live stream. I will probably be live tomorrow at some point. I was going to do Brittany Dawn, but I don't really want to talk about abortion on a Sunday. I don't know yet. We'll figure it out. I will catch you next time. All right. Oh, wait. Jesse Lee Ward did go live, and it's wild. Okay. I'm sorry. Goodbye. I missed you all. Where's my outro? Okay. Goodbye.